Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Awa, my stage name. So we about to get a little personal, okay? We about to get a little personal. And if you feel this content, please follow me. Please like and subscribe to my page. Instagram, I want to advise you that I have subscription and it's only 99 cents a month, okay? And you see content that nobody else sees. I talk to you straight. So straight, no chaser. So if y'all want to join, come and join. You understand? We about to do what it do this morning. I want to explain something to y'all that's very personal to me. And I'm hoping that it helps somebody today. I had put out a reel yesterday before I went to work, and it said my power. Okay, so this is my power part 2. I'm going to share with you a lot of things that we do in our community that as women, okay, that we fumble with. And I also fumbled this too. Now, a woman just wrote into me last night. She said, I like your messages, but it seems like you reading it off something. So I laughed. My husband, he laughed too. He said, wow. I said, yeah. Sometimes they believe I'm reading it off something, but I'm not, baby. I'm just talking my mess. I'm doing my rant. You understand? It's coming from my heart. So I want to share something with y'all. When me and my husband first met, right? When we first met, I didn't know that there was a titan in front of me. I didn't know that. He just seemed so calm, just a peaceful man. That's what I thought that I was getting into. Okay. But what happened was I have always had a smart mouth. Anybody who know me in real life, I've always had a smart mouth, but I keep to myself. I don't start no foolery until it comes to me. Then I'm all ready for war. You understand? So, and then that came from me being raised by a single mother and being raised by a lot of strong-headed women in my family. So I don't agree that you marry a woman that comes from all women. She's going to be a problem unless she has been reformed. Okay. If she hasn't been reformed, you got a nightmare on your hands. Because I know the nonsense that I used to bring to my husband until I was like, there has to be a change. See, when I first met him, right, it shocked me when I first met him because I'm like, this man is so nice. He's so calm, this and that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, how did this happen? You know? So now when we got married, okay, and I had to relinquish my power. This is what I was having the problem with. Y'all, let me fix my phone real quick because I see notifications coming in. Hold on. So when I had to relinquish my power to him, because when you marry, you got to submit, you got to follow. And this is one thing, even though I was from the hood, I knew that this is what you're supposed to do because my mother was married, even though it was for a couple of years, but on paper, she was married like close to 40 years. But our stepfather only lived with us for maybe I say a good 7-8 years probably, or shorter than that. But what happened was I knew you're supposed to submit. I know you're supposed to be respectful. But y'all got to remember my story. I have been a single mother for years on my own, doing everything by myself. So it was hard for me to relinquish my power to my husband. So we used to clash like titans our first 2 years of marriage because I didn't want to relinquish my power. And my husband wanted the power. You see what I'm saying? So you have someone who doesn't want to, they're running away, and the other one is like, no, you can't run. You have to come. We have to do this together. And I didn't want to hear it. I was like, no, I'm going to do what I want to do. And I don't care, and let the chips fall where they may. But I had a husband who was raised from a different culture that they don't believe in that nonsense. A woman cannot be at the helm of a family. And he never believed that because his family was not ran like that. But my family was ran like that. So I'm like, no, a woman can do all these things. You know what I'm saying? And be at the helm of the family. So there was Clash of the Titans in my house. There was Clash of the Titans, baby. There was a problem, honey. There was a problem. Now, mind you, listen, y'all, we loved each other. The love was real, baby. But but I didn't want to relinquish. I did not want to follow. I didn't want to be obedient. I was ready for all types of smoke because I did not want to do the right thing. Okay. So now 2 years of just going back and forth. Can you imagine? This man would have said, any other man would have said, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. But my husband have this determination. When something is not, he laughing right now, he in the background. When something is not won't go the way he needed to go, he will break that thing so it can fit. Do you hear me? That's how he is. That's his character. So now he was like, no, this is my family. These are children that I'm bringing into this world. You not gonna do what you want to do because I'm not gonna let you be at the helm of the family because I'm a man. You see what I'm saying? I'm a man. You understand? So when you encounter a true man, he's not gonna put up with any foolery. I don't care how much he love you. He is not going to put up with nonsense. And I think in our culture, we forget that. See, when you have a man that is fighting with you to tell you that what you're doing is wrong, you understand? This is the man that you should cherish. The one that lets you get away with foolery, this is the one that is not for you, honey. This one will lead you down some roads of darkness. You will be in trouble. It's those ones that want to tell you when something is wrong. It's those ones that want you to fix your mindset. Now, I'm gonna say something that's going to shock y'all. Okay, a little bit. There was a woman who wrote in the comment section in Instagram yesterday that Black women have been through so much, right? That it's hard for our characters to be calm, to be quiet because we've been through so much turmoil. And I'm going to share something with you. She's right. But I'm going to also say this. The men that you meet in your life, right? Not every man you met was evil to you. Not every man that you met mistreated you. So when you get a good one, you don't know how to treat them because you have been broken by someone else. So what you do, you blame the one who wants to come to restore. That's what we do. We crucify the one that wants to come to restore instead of the one who came to destroy. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. We make the good ones pay for the bad ones we encounter. And most of the time, the bad ones we encounter, we brought them in our midst. And you right, my dear Johnson. You are so right. Fix your mindset. That is correct. A mindset needs to be changed. The mindset needs a reset. So when she wrote that, I said she is correct, but it's not every man you meet. My brothers, is not every sister that you meet that is not right. So with that being said, with what I'm saying, with that being said, okay, a reset has to be done in our community. I'm going to share something with y'all, ladies. I know a lot of influencers want y'all to believe this, but you are not the head of the family. And just because you was raised by big mama, mama, auntie, godmama, all of them, and they were at the helm of the household, that's because, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, this gonna hurt. That's because no man wanted to be bothered with them. No man wanted to be bothered with them, baby. It's not, and sometimes you have the most beautiful aunties. Okay, she got body for days. Her face is tight. She got a little something, something. She got money. You understand? But it's because her attitude, her mouth, our mouth, get us in some trouble. Now, let me share something with you. Sometimes things can happen to you when you're young that will say, I want to speak out, like molestation, the R word, okay, as women. A lot of bad things can happen to you when you're young. So now when you get older, you're like, I'm going to speak. I don't care what anybody say. And that's what happened to me. When I was young, I always stayed quiet. So a lot of bad things used to happen to me. And remember, I came from a drug home as well. So all my parents was doing nonsense. So a lot of things happened to me and my siblings because they were getting high and nobody was paying attention. You understand? So I would be quiet. I would not say anything. And then when I got older and became a teen, I became wild because I was being touched. But nobody asks what is going on with this child. They just said, oh, she's bad. She's doing nonsense. Instead of you watching why your child is doing this, something is wrong. But we don't pay attention to that. We just immediately say your child is bad. Okay? And then now when she grows up and she begins to speak, her voice begins to get loud and a little hood with it, because mine was like that. But it took me to meet a force that I had to reckon with, and this was my husband. No other man that I had messed with could calm me. I would be fire for them. They couldn't even stand the hurricane and tornado I was giving to them. They couldn't stand it. And then I was good in the court system. Baby, I will bring you to your knees. You would beg me before we went to court that you didn't want to go to court with me. That's how bad I was. You understand? That's how bad I was. Because I learned the system when I was young on how to deal with people that did foolery to me. And I'm going to share something with you. Most women that grew up in my era, we know the system. That's how we use it to our advantage when we want to do something, okay? When we want to start some drama, okay? So now what happened was when I met my husband, I thought I could do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? There was a friction there. So I thought, okay, I'm going to still do whatever I want to do because I'm the head of everything. I'm still going to do what I want to do, even though I'm married. This was my mindset. You understand? This was my mindset. Good morning, Mona D. How are you, my dear? So this was my mindset when I first met my husband. I'm going to do whatever I want to do because my mama did whatever she wanted to do. My aunties did whatever they wanted to do to their husbands. I'm going to do the same thing. But I was dealing with Nigerian blood. Do you hear me? Anybody know? Anybody know a Nigerian? Tag them in this message today. I was dealing with African blood. Do you hear me? And African blood is, and I'm going to share something with you, it's royalty. Our blood is royalty. So now when you're dealing with this type of blood, I'm talking about all of us. When you get a strong black man, this is a problem for a woman that got a mouth like me. Okay. That's why most alpha men, they don't deal with nonsense. They don't deal with foolery. They will not. Okay. So now I'm getting a problem. Okay. I'm getting a problem because there's a friction. There is the me, I'm trying to get power, and he is like, no, the power have to be given to me. But I'm ready for the smoke. And now I'm gonna cut the message short. Here we go. One day one day he said to me, when you ready to follow, okay, this is what I'm saying to y'all. This is true. He said to me, when you ready to follow, you gonna see this storm stop in this house. And I said in my mind, I ain't gonna never, I'm gonna do what I want to do, this and that. But I never disrespected him. But in my mind, I say, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I don't care. Okay, that's how I was um when I first met my husband. That's how I was. The first 2 years was nightmare. Okay, first 2 years. But the only thing, my husband knew I had a good heart. I had a good heart. So that's why he said I'm gonna stay. Okay. But I remember one day when we lived in Orange, this is before we bought the house. We were arguing real bad, like the argument was heated, and it was about some money I had took from the account. Okay. And it was supposed to go to something we had to do. But I was like, it's my money. I do what I want to do. That was my mindset back then. And then I sat on the bed. I sat on the bed and I said, you know you messed this money up, and you know this money was for something. Why did you do that? So now this is what happened. He going back and forth, I'm going back and forth, and then I just got quiet like this. And then in my mind said, you was wrong. You was wrong. You got a good husband. And this man been fighting with you to act like you got some sense. And you gonna lose this man because you want to be the head. So this is exactly what I said to my husband that day. I said, honey, I'm sorry. And he looked at me. He said, what? I said, and he shook his head real quick. He turned around. He said, what? I said, I'm sorry. I said, I will replace the money. I'm so sorry. And he looked at me. He said, you ready to follow now? I said, yes, I'm ready to follow you. And he looked at me. He said, oh, yeah. I said, yeah. And I've been following my husband ever since and never been led in anywhere wrong. You see, that was the moral of the story. I have never been led anywhere wrong. See, when women like me tell y'all women on social media to follow your husbands, we're not saying follow anybody. We're not saying that. We're saying follow a man that has a plan. Okay? And I want to clarify something that I used to say back when I first started social media. I said, follow a man that follows God, right? I want to clarify something. In the Bible, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. So I want to clarify this, because in the church, this is what they teach us, that you must follow a man that follows God. But check this out. The Bible does not say that. The Bible says that you must follow your husband. Okay? So it doesn't say he must follow God. But I'm going to share something with you. Now, when you already married, right? And both of y'all was of the world, and then you got saved, okay? And your husband did not get saved. That doesn't give you the right to ridicule him because he did not get saved. Okay? You're supposed to be a good wife. You're not supposed to ridicule him for him not being saved. You continue to go to church. You still ask him, baby, do you want to come to church with me? Just ask him. If he say no, say, okay, I'm going to continue to pray for you. That does not mean you go home and you bash him because he has not given his life to Christ. That does not mean you do that, because this is how you will push him away. And if you always at the church and you can't never cook him nothing to eat, the house ain't never clean, you wrong for this too. You wrong for this too. Because a Christian woman shouldn't have a dirty house. I'm sorry. I don't care how busy you are. God don't deal in uncleanness. He doesn't. Okay? You still supposed to make love to your husband, even if he's not saved. You still supposed to cook and clean, and you still must respect him. Now, I'm not saying follow him into darkness, because if he's doing foolery like drugs and all this stuff, and he's not getting himself right and everything like that, okay? All right? I'm not saying you follow what he does. I'm saying you pray for him. Don't let nobody kick his back in, okay? Because he's still your husband. Yes, you saved, but that does not mean you can dismiss your marriage because you saved, because the pastor told you you're not equally yoked. No, baby, that only counts. That only counts if you didn't marry this man yet. You didn't marry him. That you saved and then you met somebody that was on the street. Okay, and then he was not saved. Then that means you don't go that way because he's not saved. But when you already married, okay, you cannot dismiss your husband because he's not equally yoked. They have to want to go on their own. That's what the Bible says. But right now, while you're under the same household, you supposed to be an example. You supposed to show how mighty God is by being humble, being respectful. Because let me share something with you. Let me share something with you. If a Christian woman is right and her husband is in the world, God will turn his heart. Just like if the husband is the one that is saved and the wife is the one that is in the world, God will turn her heart. God don't need us to help him in his job. He doesn't. When you get people in your comment section that go after you about talking about Almighty God, he don't need you to fight with them. This is why I get in the comment section. I say, listen, my God is too big for me to get in here and argue with you. So you have a nice day. You understand? And this is the thing that we miss in our culture, because our grandmothers didn't do it and our mamas didn't do it. So other cultures, when you marry into other cultures, they are different from how you were raised. Good morning, Harris Tribe Media. How are you? Good morning. Good to see y'all this morning. So when two different cultures come intertwine, the one that is right will have to prevail over the one that is not. I'm sorry. And that's the truth. And Black culture is not right. I know it hurt, right? But it's not right. Our culture here in America is not right. So that's why when women that are American women, that they meet African men, most of the time they can't sustain that. Or if they meet an African American man that grew up in an upright household, right? And this brother knows that the man is supposed to be at the helm, and he meet a sister who was raised by a single mother, there will be clash of the titans all the time. Or either the man was raised with his uncles or his grandfather, and they know, okay, they know how the order is supposed to be. Honey, you cannot tell a man anything if he knows what the order is supposed to be. See, only people that you can fool is those ones who was raised by single mothers, that they those pookies and raries. You can only fool them, but you can only fool these type of men for just a short time, because once they link up with another brother who understand the concept, then you in trouble. But because America has women on a pedestal that a woman can't do no wrong, they won't break out of this chain. See, this thing that we go through as women, as Black women, we are in a generational curse. We are. And I know some of y'all don't want to believe that. Good morning. How are you? The Do Better podcast. How you doing, my dear? It's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in this morning. But because we're in a generational curse, we don't understand. We don't understand. So we think by saying that we have power, that we can talk to our men or any kind of way. We think that this is right because we seen our mama do it. We seen our grandma do it. So we think that it's right, but it's not. It's actually out of God's order. But some of us Christian women will get up here and we will bash our husbands and disrespect them, all in the name of trying to say Jesus. But you're not. You're working out of your order, because that's not what God wants you to do. He wants you to show your husband that you are doing the right thing. He wants you to be kind to your husband. He wants you to respect your husband. And let me share something with you. Respect is actually what a man needs. He don't need nothing else. All that other stuff that we be doing, okay, he don't need that mess. He do not need that mess. He just wants you to respect him. And then everything else will come into play. Like my story I just told y'all, how I took my husband through some nonsense for 2 years. Don't you know, sometimes when we alone, I tell him, baby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know how you put up with me like that. And it's been a long time, and I still say I'm sorry. Because this man could have said, I'm done with you. I don't even want to be bothered no more. I don't care if you got these kids. And we had one baby at the time. And he would have said, I don't even care. I don't want to be bothered. Wait a minute. It was one baby, one on the way. And he could have said, I'm done. This is America. You could go get welfare or something like that. You'll be fine. That's what he could have said. But because I had his legacy was on this earth already. He had a mindset to say, I'm going to be here for my family and I'm going to do what I got to do. I got to take care of my family and she is going to follow. See, my husband had that mindset, like, I don't care. You going to follow me. I can't follow you because that's not in my culture. I can't follow you. I can't do what you say. And when I understood that, that made our marriage much better. The day that I broke down and knew I was wrong, I knew I was wrong for taking that money from the account. And I ain't had no reason to take it, because anytime we took money from the account, we talked to each other first. But I never have to talk to my husband about money because my husband is good with money. See, I'm the one that's the problem with money. Okay. And I'm still like that now. This is why all our money go into one pot. That's why when Security Boss Unsolicited had said that time, I was like, she right on. She right on. This is true. And any influencer who say that, they right on, because this is true. That one pot is amazing, because one will be the saver and the other one is the spender. So if the money go in one pot, it has to be governed, right? It has to be governed. Good morning, Red Lipstick Vibe. How are you, hon? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming in. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, rise up off your husband. Give him some grace. Give him some grace, because if you look at yourself in the mirror, okay, ladies, I'm talking to y'all. If you look at yourself in the mirror, you a hard pill to swallow, baby. You not easy. You a hard pill to swallow. And some of our brothers go through some foolery because of the decisions that we make with our family without consulting him. And you know what? We get that from Big Mama, because Big Mama did everything and Big Daddy just went to work. So that's all you saw. But I'm going to share something with you. In other cultures, it's not like that. Daddy has to speak first before anything gets done in the household. Any money that shifts, Daddy has to speak it first before any money gets shifted. It's only in America that we got it backwards. You see, we'll go have our children first and then we'll marry. And that's not the way. See, back in our grandmother's time, that was the way. You got married and then had children. Yeah, that was the correct order. But because we got women's I want to be free, okay, campaign going on, we think it's okay to lay around and sleep with everybody. And then when we don't know who the fathers are, we complain about all black men. But I'm going to share something with you, baby. This is your fault. Because you laid up there and had sex with this man and you didn't use protection. And because he looked fine as wine, okay, you thought that this was right. And then you did a whole movie in your mind that you and him would stay together. And in his mind, he was thinking of just smashing you. I know it was hard, right? I know it was hard. I know it was hard. But see, back in the day, realistic vibe, you right. You are so right. Correct daddies has to approve it. You are right. But see, back in the day, anytime you want to, and this is why the man is needed, honey. He's needed for a lot of things, but this is one of the things why men are needed. See, when a man is in a household and your girls bring somebody, the girl already know, okay? She already know, your daughter already know that, oh, wait a minute, my daddy is crazy. So I can't bring nonsense to this house. I'm going to have a problem, okay? So she knows who she can bring home and who she can't. Do you understand? She knows who she can bring home and who she can't. And this is the problem in our community because daddies are not there. Our daughters are growing up and having all these Pookie and Rere babies running around here because daddy is not there to give the structure of what he requires his daughter to do. Montel Jordan, I'm jump. I'm talking about a lot of stuff, but y'all know how I do when I do my rant. I jump around. Montel Jordan had said that his daughters tell him, honey, I see you done join my life. What is you doing now? I know you here, you in the house with me. You trying to be funny. So now Montel Jordan, right, had said that his wife tell his daughters that they are beautiful, right? But he has to always come in and tell them the same thing. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? See, when a daddy tells his daughter that they're beautiful, it's a different way. Do you understand? She believes it more. See, as your mama gonna say it, right? Because that's your mama. But when your daddy say it, it gives you more confidence. So when your daddy tell you, baby, you going to college, you gonna be somebody, You know what I'm saying? You going to grow up to be a good wife. You're going to grow up to be a good mother. She takes that in. It's something in her soul that she takes in, and she believes what her daddy said. And she bring it to pass because her daddy said it. Because my girls, they quick to tell me, Mama, Daddy said it. And I look at them and I smile. I said, okay, your daddy said, let it be so. You see, there's a difference when the daddy said. When the mama said, it brings a little weight, but when the daddy said, it seals the purpose. Do you understand? Daddies are needed. That's why I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, my king, that you took time with me. I know you still on the live. I see your name. I'm so blessed that you took time with me because you didn't have to. You didn't have to. You could have said, I'm done. I can't deal with this foolery. But I'm so thankful that you did that for me. Because all the turmoil, all the molestation I went through, all the nonsense that I went through with my parents, you broke through all those chains and said, baby, I just want to love you. I just want to love you. And from this singular act that you gave me grace all those years ago, I will forever, until God called me home, I will forever be grateful. Because you saw something in me that no other man has seen. And I'm going to tell you what it is. Yeah, I'm talking to my husband because he's on the live. He's on the Instagram live. You saw something in me that no man has ever seen in me. Wife, you saw something in me that no one has ever seen, and that is wife. That's it. And I want to say thank you for loving me. In spite of all my wrongs, thank you for loving me. So that's why I tell y'all, give your husband grace. Give him grace. All men are not here to mistreat you. It's just the ones that you're finding is not right. Because a mindset needs to be changed in you. My sisters, your husband is there, but your mindset needs to be changed. Okay? There is something that I learned on Black Man Unfiltered. And you know, I told y'all this before. Shout out to Black Man Unfiltered. That in order for you to become a wife, right? You have to talk to God. You have to pray to God to ask him to fix everything that is not right, to clean out everything that is not right, that can make you a good wife. You know what I'm saying? Clean out everything that is not right. Do a cleansing. Okay? And I'm not talking about no juice cleansing. I'm talking about a spiritual cleansing. Okay? You got to start fasting and talking to God about cleaning out all the labels that was placed upon you when you were a child or when you were a teenager. You got to ask him to get you right for that husband that will come. Because, honey, once you understand God's purpose and he does that cleansing within you, that husband will come. He will come because God already directed him to your path. He will come. And I don't care how you look. I don't care what you look like, honey. I don't care if you got house slippers on, a long gown on, and you walking on the street, just running to the store real quick. If God has placed this man in your path, it will be so. But it's the cleansing. It's not even an outward appearance. It's the cleansing within your soul. Ladies, that's the mindset. You have to do a change. It doesn't matter what you look like, baby. You have to do a change. Because you can look fine as wine and have all this darkness inside of you from your past experience. And see, I believe there's one thing that we don't understand in our culture. Only some of us understand it. And you'll hear them talk about it on social media. There's a spiritual warfare with us. Yes, a spiritual warfare. Because we don't understand it. So we think that everybody is right. See, you can bring someone into your life and they'll have all types of demons on them. And you don't know because they look so beautiful. They look nice. They clothes. They got money. They got all this stuff. But you don't know you just brought like 12 demons in your house and you didn't know. People that look fine as wine and they got everything going for them. And this could be a woman or man, okay? And you just brought all types of nonsense into your realm. Because why? You didn't wait on God. You didn't wait on God. You rushing God. Instead of you cleansing out you. Because once you do that spiritual cleansing, honey, you can see it from a mile away. I don't care how good that person look in your face, okay? But when God is in the midst, honey, you will catch it quick. You will catch it quick, honey. You will see it. I'm going to share something with you that I learned over the years. When I meet people and my spirit don't click with them, I know something is wrong. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know something is wrong. And I'm going to share something else with you. If I have wronged you and your spirit is right, the Holy Spirit convicts me to go back to you and fix that thing. That's for everybody. If you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins, if you believe in Yahweh, listen, this will break you, honey. This will break you. The Holy Spirit is no games. He is no joke. This will break you if you do something wrong to somebody. So what I'm trying to say, because I'm about to close out, because I want to aggravate my husband today. He's off today, and I got to go to work in the afternoon. So what I want to say to y'all is give your husband some grace. Give him some grace, baby. Okay? Give him some grace. Stop judging him. Just because you go to church every Sunday and you on the usher board, you on the choir board, you on this board and this and that. Listen. You still have to follow that man. The Bible doesn't say that he has to follow God. It does not. And sometimes these pastors get it all confused. It does not say that. It's because they want to cater to women. That's why they say that. Now, before you marry him, okay, and if he is of the world, I suggest you don't marry him. But if you already married him, and then within your marriage you got saved, you have no right to judge him. You continue to keep praying for him. You continue to keep making love to him. You continue to keep cooking for him and keep that house clean. God will change his heart, but you continue to love on him. And then one day while you getting dressed for church, you'll see somebody already got their clothes on, tie on, and pants on, talking about they going with you. They going with you. And you look and you smile. You say, honey, you going with me? He said, yeah, I'm going with you. Because I see the change God has instilled in you. And I want that change too. But when you become ratchet and nasty to him because he ain't going to church, baby, you the one that's in the wrong. You the one that's in the wrong. Because remember, it's God, man, woman, and child. Yes. So God don't bless foolery. He gonna bless you when you stay in your position and you keep praying. That's how he bless you. That's how he keep the family until his son aligns up. Until his son align up, God will continue to keep blessing that family because you, my sister, you stayed in your position. You did not go above your husband. You stayed in your position. So God is going to bless that family. And because of my disobedience years ago, when I first was married, when we first got married, God don't bless no mess. He don't. So with me trying to force my way to be the head, how can God bless mess? He doesn't. Because I'm working out of order. I'm working out of my purpose. So God will not bless if you working out of your purpose. So all those prayers you've been crying and praying that God work it out, but you not working in your purpose, my sister. You can't call on God if you're not working in your purpose. And that's what I was doing, calling on God. And I wasn't working in my purpose. I was being disrespectful to my husband. Didn't want to listen to a word he had to say because I am me. That's what I thought I was, shaking my head. I am me. I am queen. But I'm going to share something with you. It takes a king to appoint you as a true queen. Did that roll over your head? It takes a king to appoint you as a true queen. You cannot rise up and say you are queen. You can't. A king has to appoint you first. And how you become queen is when he put a ring on it, honey. So all these women that's running around on social media talking about I'm queen, you're not queen. You're not queen. You ain't even in royalty status, honey. You got to go sit down. You got to wait until your king come and put a crown on your head and say you are queen. Now I really understand what the Bible means when he said your wife is the crown you wear on your head. See, I'm going to share something with y'all. I know I'm running my mouth because it's already 47 minutes, but it's good, y'all. So that's why I'm running my mouth. When the Bible says that your wife is the crown on your head, now I understand, because when I was younger, I was taught that the wife is the neck and the husband is the head. And the neck dictates where the head should go. But let me share something with you. If God made man, like we have learned and been taught this, God made man head. Why does he need the neck to position him? The neck belongs to him too. Do you understand? The head can't move without the neck, right? But the head and the neck is attached. There's not a separate part. The man has to be already on his purpose already for him to have people to follow him, right? So when the woman is the crown, remember it's a sparkling crown, okay? So if your crown is shiny on your head, that means your wife is a good woman. She not out here half naked, dressed the way she want to dress, curse you out anytime she get ready, be disrespectful to you when you in public or even when you in private or around the children and you can't say anything. That crown, my brother, if you got a crown like that, baby, if you got a crown like that, honey, you in trouble. And let me share something with you. The crown my husband was wearing when we first married was not clean, honey. She had spots all over her because she thought she could do what she want to do and everything. But my husband had a rag. It was like, no, this spot got to go. You understand? This spot got to go. All these spots here got to get clean because you doing nonsense. Okay? That's right, Johnson. You correct. The head informs the neck where to turn. You right. But it belongs to him. And that's the thing that we miss in our culture, because we were taught the man is the head, but you the neck. That's not true, baby. And sometimes we just don't even read the Bible. We just heard somebody say it. And so we think it sounds good. And then we run and tell everybody that's what we thought the Bible said. Okay? And I heard that from my aunties and my mama. So I'm running around telling people that until a faithful day I had learned. I had learned, okay? I had learned that that was wrong what I was saying. And I had to come to social media and apologize because that was not right. So now, since I know the right way, I preach it that way. I preach it that way. We have to learn. We have to learn the difference. Now, see, if you look at me now, the crown that sits upon my husband's head is shiny. You understand? Because I understand the assignment. I know that my husband is the head. I know that he is the rock of this family. And I must respect him at all times. I don't play foolery when it comes to my king. If you come to my social media page, and I said this yesterday, if you come with any foolery talking to me any type of way, any fresh type of way, I will block you. I will block you. I do not accept DMs. I will block you. Because I love my king. I don't play no games when it comes to him. Because I know how this man took me as I was and said, you are not a baby mother. You are a wife. I know what this man did. I know how he sacrificed to take care of his family. And this is why I say my power I gave to my husband. And I did it correctly because it is in the order of God. And when I say give your power, right? I'm not saying give your power to nonsense. Do you hear me? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Don't come tell me no foolery later. I'm not saying that. I'm saying give your power to a man that has a purpose, that he wants to see greater, not foolery, not nonsense. And then later y'all come to social media talking about woe is me, he did me wrong. Baby, the things that happen to us as women, you cannot blame another man for. If you have been molested, mistreated, you have been abused, you cannot blame the good ones that did nothing to you. When those good ones come in your life, they are coming to restore. Even though you're hurting, they are coming to restore. I always tell my husband, honey, all these labels that I had on me when I was young is like you stripped them away. It's like you took every label that I had all over my body and stripped them away and put one label and said wife. That's what you are. You are a wife. And let me share something with y'all. I take my label seriously. I do. You better not tell me no nonsense. I will quickly tell you my last name. Okay? I will quickly tell you who I am. And I say it with pride, honey. So when you come to my page and call me a pick me, okay? When you call me all types of foolery, honey, I will respond with so much grace and tell you thank you. Thank you, but I was picked already. Y'all take heed to the message. Everybody have a wonderful day, and thank you for tuning in, y'all. Mona D, Realistic Vibe. King, how are you? KB, how's everything? Thank you for tuning in. Israel, thank you so much. Also, we got the to do better podcast. How are you, my dear? Thank you for tuning in. And Harris Tribe Media Group. Go ahead, y'all. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate all y'all tuning in this morning. Nothing but love for all of y'all. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. And for my Instagram family, y'all growing like crazy. Y'all is growing like crazy. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Instagram, I'm going to let you out first. Have a great day, honey. And my YouTube family, y'all take it easy. Have a great one.